Back in the day, only a handful of manufacturers offered a range that included sports utility vehicles. When Volvo first introduced the XC90 back in 2002, it was therefore a very big deal for the manufacturer. And it's a testament to the car's designers that 10 years on, the model is still going strong. The key to the car's success has always been value for money. It's a well-priced package that combines a comfortable ride with a spacious cabin and an enviable reputation for safety. Granted, it's now beginning to feel a little tired in comparison to some modern rivals, but it's still a very popular car, and therefore scheduled for a major makeover in 2013. So although the XC90 as we know it is coming towards the end of its life, it's not about to be thrown on the scrap heap just yet.
This was Volvo's first 4x4, and although it may be looking slightly dated in some ways, it's still a striking vehicle. For starters, it has massive presence, and of course those great rear lights help to make this car really stand out. But it's more about what you can feel with a Volvo than what you can see. The build quality, for example, is excellent. In short, it's built like a brick privy. It's so good that you could probably have an accident in this car and not even notice.
It should therefore come as little surprise to hear that this car was awarded a maximum 5 stars in the Euro NCAP's crash tests. Yes, Volvo takes its safety record very seriously indeed.
The XC90 doesn't suffer overly from excessive wind and road noise, but that engine does rumble to quite an extent, and it does make you feel from time to time as though you're on board a World War II bomber and on your way for a nice friendly liaison with the Germans. I just nearly killed a blackbird. Move out of the way! I am coming through! There used to be petrol engines in the lineup, but because most buyers went for the sturdy turbo diesel unit, the only option is now this D5 TD. You're also stuck with the automatic gearbox, which can be extremely lethargic at low revs.
The 2.4-litre 5-cylinder engine sounds impressive, but it's only just strong enough for a car of this size and weight, which can make it very hard work at times.
I'll show you what I mean. We're at a standing start. I'm about to put my foot flat to the floor for a speedy takeoff. Oh, a bit of silence, lots of hesitation, and then all of that noise and palaver just to get the huge weight of the XC90 up to a reasonable speed. Flying empty doesn't feel overly cumbersome on winding country roads, but it's nowhere near as sharp as rivals such as, say, the Mercedes M-Class, and the steering gives very little feedback. On the upside, at least things get better at cruising speed.
And of course the XC90 is a comfortable long-distance vehicle, unlike some of the firmer 4x4s on the market.
With a full load, however, this car really is not very fond of windy, hilly routes. It's a bit like trying to navigate HMS Victory around the Norfolk Broads. It does, however, have well thought out suspension that gives a pretty smooth ride for most of the time.
The XC90 has a pretty impressive standard equipment list. All models have dual-zone climate control, a CD player with auxiliary and USB inputs, all-round electric windows and rear parking sensors. Our car was fitted with very sporty R-Design trim and came with sat-nav, Bluetooth, leather upholstery, heated seats, with electric adjustment on the driver's side and incredibly sharp alloys. When the latest XC90 goes on sale in 2013, drivers will also be able to stay in touch with the car via a new smartphone application. Some of the features include a car locator, a remote heater start, an electronic vehicle dashboard, and a car check diagnostic tool. Attention to detail in the XC90 has always been good. Although the dashboard is busier than Grand Central Station, it is well laid out. The driver's seat is comfortable and the two-way adjustable steering column makes it easy to find the right driving position.
Front visibility is good, although the raised bonnet does make placing the corners in tight spaces an interesting experience. This car's also rather bulky, and a poor steering lock makes it a challenge to park, even with all the electronics armed.
On a brighter note, the 7-seat cabin is a good rival for most MPVs, and there's an awful lot of space in the front 2 rows of seats. The rear seats hidden under the boot floor are only really suitable for children, but that could be said of many family cars with this feature, so it's really not a major downside. Fold away the rear seats and you're left with a massive boot, big enough to take the whole family's luggage, plus the dogs and any other large items that you fancy. The 3 middle seats also slide individually and are easy to fold flat, so the XC90 certainly ticks the versatility box. The car has many good qualities, but it also has a number of faults, and weighing it up is a real game of tit for tat. For example, it's a comfortable, classy 4x4 and has a very strong image, but it's not as sharp to drive as some of its rivals. It's well priced, but certainly not cheap to run. It's good to drive and comfortable on long journeys, but it can handle like a boat on tight corners if fully laden. It holds its value better than most of its rivals, especially with the high specification, but the taxman will certainly give you a good beating with the excise duty. Overall, however, the clever use of space, excellent safety features, comfort levels and on-road presence tip the balance in its favour, and this car is still one of the best built 4x4s on sale. We understand that there will be one more model year of production before the car is completely redesigned, but even then it won't be leaving us completely. According to the China Car Times, not only will the new XC90 be launching in 2014, but the old model will continue to be produced in China by Volvo's parent company Geely. It's unclear whether the car will simply be rebadged or adapted to form a new Geely model, but one thing is for certain. Any form of XC90 will certainly stand the test of time.